Good morning students. Today we will solve remaining worksheets that are worksheet 8.5 and 8.6 advanced of chapter 8 crop production and management. Now I am starting with worksheet 8.5. Question number 1. Write any 3 points of differences between manures and fertilizers. First, manures are bulky and difficult to transport, whereas fertilizers are light in weight and easier to transport. Second point of difference, manures are prepared in fields, whereas fertilizers are prepared in factories and industries. Third, compost is an example of manure. Urea and potash are examples of fertilizers. Second question. State any 3 advantages of plowing. There are many advantages of plowing, such as plowing loosens and turns the soil. So this loosened and turned soil has good aeration, has sufficient or good amount of air in it, which is absorbed by the roots of the plants for their respiration. Secondly, loosened and turned soil has better drainage system. It means water can drain into it, can percolate or seep into it easily. Thirdly, this kind of loosened and turned soil help in the growth of living organisms like earthworms, microorganisms, which speed up the decomposition of organic matter and convert organic matter into simple nutrients, which in turn increase the fertility of the soil. Okay, so there are various advantages of plowing. Okay, in this question 3 advantages are asked, but I have already told you while discussing the chapter many advantages of plowing. Question number 3. Explain how a seed drill helps a farmer sow seeds in the soil. See, seed drill is an implement or tool, or we can say machine, driven by a tractor. Now this seed drill is attached to the plow, and this assembly of seed drill and plow is driven by a tractor. Plow furrows the land, means makes long narrow trenches in the land or field, and seed drill, which has a funnel shaped bowl, has many seeds inside it. This funnel shaped bowl is connected with many long tubes having narrow ends. So, as the plow furrows the land, makes long narrow trenches in the land, then with that plow, seed drill is attached. In that seed drill, there is a funnel shaped bowl in which many seeds are there. These seeds are released in the long tubes, and then from that long tubes they come out through their narrow openings or ends into the furrows, into the long narrow trenches of the land, and then automatically covered with the soil. In this way, seeds are sown with the help of seed drill. Fourth, how does a sprinkler system help in irrigation? See, in this kind of irrigation, from the water body or water source, water is channeled or delivered or passed into pipes, and these pipes are attached with sprinklers. So when water comes in these pipes, then that water is sprinkled by the sprinklers attached to the pipes all over the field like a raindrops. This type of irrigation system or technique is suitable for an uneven kind of land and for the sandy soil. Now, fifth, explain the disadvantages of using pesticides. See, there are many disadvantages of pesticides. Pesticides are chemicals used to kill the pest like rodents, rats and insects like termites, locusts. But these pesticides do not harm the main crop, but they kill pest. However, these pesticides are harmful for us, for our body. They can cause many respiratory problems, skin irritations, and if they are used in overdoses, over amounts, then they get accumulated in the soil and get absorbed by the roots of the plants, and through plants or their products they enter our bodies and harm us badly. In addition to this, accumulated extra pesticide in the fields generally get washed away with rainwater and mix into water bodies and pollute the water bodies badly and also harm the aquatic animals and plants living in water bodies. Pesticides also kill many useful organisms or animals like honeybees and earthworms, bacteria, and we know that earthworm bacteria are farmers' friend. If they are killed, then the fertility of the soil will be reduced. Now, worksheet 8.6 advanced. Question number 1. Out of fallowing and crop rotation, which method do you think is better for replenishing the nutrients in soil? Give reason for your answer. Out of fallowing and crop rotation. Crop rotation is the better method for replenishing nutrients in the soil, because in fallowing, agricultural field is left free or spare for one or more seasons. Okay, it is a time taking or time consuming process which takes comparatively more time. Okay, and leaving the land, doing no cultivation on the land for one or more seasons, it does not sound beneficial. It is somewhat harmful or disadvantageous for farmers. Okay, but crop rotation, it is a time saving method in which different kinds of crops of different nutritional requirements are grown in alternate season. Nutrients which get lost in first season get the time to replenish in second season, because in second season they are not required by the crop grown in second season. So in that time period, the nutrients which get lost or become deficient in first season get replenished in second season. Okay, and in second season, nutrients which get lost will be replenished in next season. In this way, nutrients will be replenished in short time interval. So it is a time saving method which take place in short time or less time. Okay, and we are not leaving the land free. We are not stopping our cultivation anymore. Okay, in every season we are growing crops, different kind of crops having different nutritional requirements, growing in alternate seasons. So in every season we have crops. So it is beneficial too. Second, fertilizers help replenish nutrients in soil that have been used up during the growth of crops. Still, farmers are often advised not to add fertilizers to their crops. Explain why. Because many a times farmers use overdoses or over amounts of fertilizers in the soil. That extra fertilizers are harmful for the fertility of the soil because they make the soil either too acidic or too basic. So in this way they reduce the fertility of the soil. Moreover, chemical fertilizers are rich in specific type of nutrients, means they do not have all nutrients, they are rich in specific particular nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Okay, so farmers are advised not to use excessive chemical fertilizers in the soil. In place of using excessive chemical fertilizers, they should adopt natural methods to replenish nutrients in the soil. Question number 3. Shagun just bought a large agricultural field for farming. She sowed seeds in the soil and watered them regularly for a whole season. However, she could not get a good crop yield. What do you think has gone wrong in this process? Suggest the right methods that Shagun could adopt for a good yield. See, there can be many reasons behind not getting a good crop yield, such as she might not have used good quality seeds. Instead, she might have used bad or poor quality seeds. Or she might not have used viable or living seeds. Secondly, that soil was not fertile. That soil was devoid of or deprived of essential nutrients. Or she might not have used manures or fertilizers to replenish nutrients in the soil. Thirdly, that growing crops might be infected with pest, pathogens, etc. She should adopt following right methods in order to obtain a good crop yield. First, she should prepare soil well before sowing seeds by plowing and leveling. Secondly, she should select good quality seeds, seeds of good quality or healthy seeds. Third, she should replenish all the essential nutrients in the soil by adding manures and fertilizers. Fourth, she should adopt a good irrigation technique which should be suitable for the type of land on which she is doing agriculture. Next point, she should protect her crops from weeds, pests, pathogens. Last but not the least, proper, safe and protective storage of grains must be done. So these are the steps she should adopt to obtain a good healthy crop yield. Now checkpoints 1 and 2 of page number 124. I am starting with checkpoint 1. Name each of the following. A. Crops that are grown during monsoon season in India. Kharif crops. Any kind of plant grown in a large number at one place called crop. The branch of agriculture that deals with the cultivation of fruits, vegetables, flowers and ornamental plants. Horticulture. Name any two Kharif and two rabi crops grown in India. Kharif crops, paddy, soya bean. Rabi crops, wheat, pea. Then checkpoint 3 of page number 129. Name any one implement used to carry out each of these processes. A. Seed sowing. Seed drill. With the help of seed drill, we can sow seeds at appropriate depth in the soil and at appropriate distance from each other. B. Preparation of soil. Plow. With the help of plow, we can prepare soil. It means we can loosen and turns the soil. Checkpoint 4. State true T or false F. A. Seeds that float in water are unfit for sowing in fields. True. There is an activity. In that activity, we take a beaker. Then we fill that beaker up to its about 3/4 level with water. After that, we put seeds into it. Few of the seeds sink into the water. These seeds are fit or healthy. Okay, so we can choose these seeds for sowing further. Okay, these seeds are not infected with any pest or pathogen. They are fit and healthy. Okay, but few of the seeds float over the surface of water. They are spoiled or infected with pest and pathogens. So they are hollow from inside, they are light in weight and float over the surface of water. It means they are unfit, unsuitable and unhealthy for sowing because they are infected with pest and pathogens, and that pest and pathogen degrade, spoil or ruin that seeds internally. So they become hollow from inside. They are light in weight. That is why they float over the surface of water. This shows that they are unfit, unhealthy, unsuitable for sowing further. Okay, and seeds that sink into the water, that are fit, healthy, that are not infected with pest or pathogen, so they are heavy in weight, they are not hollow from inside. Now, B. Broadcasting is the best way to sow seeds in soil. False. The first step in crop production is preparing the soil. True. In plowing, the soil is loosened and turned. True. Now, checkpoint 5, 6, 7 of page number 133. Which of these supplements when added to soil would not contribute to the pollution? A. Urea, B. Potash, C. Compost. Compost, of course, because it is a kind of manure which does not pollute land or water. C. Sohan is growing rice in his field this season. He is worried that his soil will lose nitrogen by the end of the season. What other crop can Sohan grow along with rice in order to avoid this problem? This should be a leguminous plant because leguminous plant has nitrogen fixing bacteria in its root nodules which fixes atmospheric nitrogen in the form of nitrogen compounds in soil and replenish nitrogen in the soil. So among wheat, groundnut, grass, it is groundnut, which is a leguminous plant, should be grown with rice. 7th, Karan is a farmer living in Rajasthan. There is a severe shortage of water in his region. Which of these irrigation techniques would be best for Karan's fields? Irrigation canal, drip irrigation, sprinkler system. It is drip irrigation because this is the best method for the area where scarcity of water is found because it reduces the wastage of water. 8th, fill in the blanks. A. Any unwanted plants that grow in a field along with crops are called weeds. B. A blank is a large comb-like tool driven in a field with a tractor to remove weeds. Harrow. C. Blank is a process that removes grains from the chaff. It's winnowing. D. Blank is a bacterial infection caused in crops which affects their xylem tissue. Wilt. So we have completed our checkpoints. Now last but not the least, I think and reflect. Page number 138. Rama has a garden in her backyard where she grows different kinds of vegetable, plants and flowers. Will you call these plants a crop? Give a reason for your answer. We will not call these plants a crop because crop is the same kind of plants grown at large scale in field. Here Rama is growing different kinds of plants in small number at small scale in her garden. So these are simply plants of flowers, of fruits, of vegetables or ornamental plants. Okay, these are not crops. Crop is the same kind of plants grown at large scale in field. Okay. Second, pesticides are a boon as well as a ban. Justify this statement by giving reasons and examples. See, pesticides are the chemicals used to kill insects including locust, termite and rodents including rats. Okay, these organisms or animals are very harmful for the growing crops because they can degrade or harm the crops badly drastically. So they need to be destroyed or killed, and they are killed by the use of chemicals called pesticides. So in this way pesticides are useful for us because they kill harmful pest which can degrade our crops. So in this sense it is a boon, but overdoses of pesticides used by the farmers is a ban because these overdoses of pesticides get accumulated in the soil and then they are absorbed by the roots of the plant and then they enter our bodies through plants and their products and harm us badly. Okay. In addition to this extra accumulated pesticide in the soil get washed away with rainwater and get mixed in water bodies. In this way, these pesticides on mixing with water bodies pollute or contaminate water and affect many aquatic plants and animals living in that water body. Moreover, when these pesticides are spread over crops in order to kill pest, then these pesticides are very harmful for us, for humans. They affect us badly, they can cause many respiratory problems, skin irritations. As well as these pesticides kill many useful animals like honeybees and earthworm and microorganisms which increase the fertility of the soil. So in this sense it is a ban. This is all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.